Welcome to the second part of our WordPress installation tutorial. Now when you navigate to the directory where you installed your WordPress, for example, here's our class URL Skinner/WordPress, you're automatically redirected to this page, which is an install script. What we need to do then is to now give the site a title, a username, and a password. So I'm just going to call it Jason Skinner's blog. I'm going to use the admin as the username, and I'll put in my password twice, an email, and I'm going to uncheck allowing my site to appear in Google and Technorati for now. Now all of these variables, the site's title, the username, etc., can be changed later on. It's critical that you remember the username and password at this point because that's how you're going to log into your blog. So I'm going to uncheck this, and now I'm going to click the button that says Install WordPress. And just like that, I get a success notice. It tells me my username, and now I'm going to click Log In. This is the login page for our WordPress blog. Now just on a side note real quick, the installation process created a number of tables on our database. Let's review those tables real quick. So if you recall, this is me logged into our one-on-one control panel and the MySQL configuration. I'm going to click on PHP admin. It'll take a minute to launch. Once I've clicked PHP admin comes up and it shows me all of the tables on WordPress. Now I'm shocked to see that the number of tables on WordPress has decreased significantly, which is very nice. It means that the application is becoming streamlined. As we add modules and other plugins to WordPress, we'll see the number of tables increase, but right now it looks like they've gotten it down to about a dozen. And notice each of these tables handle different elements of the blog, such as comments, posts, users, etc. And so as we start to add that information to our blog, this is where it's stored on this database. I'm going to close this, and we'll go back to our login screen for our WordPress blog. I'm going to type in admin, give my login credentials, and click Login. And it takes me straight to what is called the dashboard. Now the dashboard is where I can manage all of the information on my blog, including posts, comments, and pages. Now I'm going to open another tab, and in this tab will be just the address to my WordPress blog. It is the URL for the course, my personal URL directory for our course, which is Skinner, and then WordPress. And that takes me to the landing page of my blog. Now this is the default theme. Here's the name of the blog that I put in during setup, and here's my first post. We'll see an option of menu and a menu down the side here. Let's go back to the dashboard, and the first thing we'll do is we'll click on posts. Now there's one post that's already set up, and it's called Hello World. Now I can decide to throw it into the trash. I can edit it. I can click on View. Why don't I edit it? And I'll call it Jason's first post. And now here's the button that's critical over here, the update button. When I click update, that information is saved, and now if I go back to my blog and refresh it, that information now says, now is reflected in the welcome and the title. if I click in the posts menu over here, I have a few options. I can add a new post, and I just got an email that came through. You'll get an email saying that you've set up a new blog once you do that. I will click add a new post, and that's the same thing. This is just from scratch. And this time when I click publish, it will go live. Now I can also click save as a draft, and if I do that, I can click on the main posts menu here. Notice that my second post, and I got there by going posts and then just clicking on posts. This post here, which is called second post, is in draft mode, meaning that if I look on my blog, it's not yet published. So you can start writing a post and save it as a draft. When I click in the post, if I click publish, that pushes it live to the blog, and it now can be seen by the public. Now remember how blogs work. They go in reverse descending order, meaning that the most recent post is posted to the top, and earlier posts then move down the page. Later in the class, we'll come into WordPress and we will do some more modification, working with themes, also working with the way that the themes handle the posts, the number of posts. But for right now, what I'm interested in is you have the capability to create a post, and then also to get the permalink for a post. Now, the permalink for a post is by clicking on the post itself. It takes it to a permanent location, meaning that if I copy this URL, it will always bring me back to this post. Now, when we land on the home page, the most recent 5 or 10, whatever the default is set to, the most recent posts will be the ones that show up there. So if I make a post a month ago and link to the blog homepage, that post might not still be there a month from now because I've added a number of posts since then. So when you're linking to a post within the blog, always use the permalink. And the way to get to the permalink is to once again click on the blog title. So I click on that, and then I can copy and paste. This is the permalink to my post. You'll need to submit to me the permalink of a post for the assignment. You also need to submit to me the main URL for your blog, and that, once again, is the root directory where your blog is set up. So in my case here, we have the URL for our site, the personal directory, which is Skinner, and then WordPress, and that's the home URL for the blog. Now, within WordPress, you have the capability to leave a comment, or folks in the public have the capability to leave a comment on your posts. You can moderate this depending on your preferences, whether you want anybody that's public to leave a post or only specific users to leave a post. You also have capabilities to moderate, meaning that a post doesn't go live until you give it the OK. Right now, let's leave a comment. And I'll just type. And I'll post the comment up. Now when we look at the post itself, and once again we're sort of on that permalink page, it shows the original post, and then it shows the comment underneath. Now, since I'm the administrator and I left this comment, it just automatically posted the comment up there. We'll talk more about comments. Finally, I want to talk about comments. From the administrative side and comments, when you are back on your dashboard, you see that there's an option here in the menu for comments. So if I click on that, I can now see the different comments. You can approve and unapprove a comment here within this comment section. You can throw it in the trash. You also get the individual's location, IP address, and an email address if you require it, which are good things, especially if somebody is spamming you. Then you can unapprove and say that it is spam, which means that that user won't be able to post comments anymore. So we've talked about posts and we've talked about comments very quickly here, and how to get around those. The last thing that I want to talk about in this tutorial are pages. When we click on the page menu, I will just click add a new page, and I'll call it once again. I can save that as a draft, move to the trash, I can preview it, but what I'm going to do right now is publish it. So I've published my page. Let's go back to the site, and I'll go home. Now what's going on here is that while posts are handled down here in sort of the post section, you can see your recent posts here in this menu on the home page, and these will move as new posts are made. This template looks at pages as somewhat permanent content, and when a new page is added, it adds it directly to the menu. So when I click on the page in the menu, it now takes me to this page, and once again that's where the content goes, and the capability to leave a comment on a page as well. Now the difference between pages and posts are just what I said before. Pages are usually utilized for content that will be frequently accessed and is somewhat permanent, something that you want to be above the fold, whereas a post maybe is more ephemeral, has a timeline. It is displayed for a week or two, and then as you add more posts, it goes down more into the archives, and users will be able to access the post if they look back in the archives, but it won't be on the home page anymore. So you can decide the difference between page content versus post content, but you need to know how to create both of those. Once again, a page also has its own unique URL. So when I click on the first page link, I now have the permalink for that page. And I also require in the assignment that you send me a link to a page that demonstrates that you know how to get to that permalink. Those are the three pieces for the assignment and a very quick introduction to the blog interface. If we look back here again and I click on the dashboard, there's lots of elements, statistics that let you know how many posts, how many comments, etc. We have not gotten into categories yet, but we will, and that is a very useful way to organize content. The quick press enables you to quickly add a post. And there's all sorts of functionality that we'll look at as we move through the semester. But right now, you have just installed your WordPress blog completely from scratch on your own hosted server, populated the database with all the information needed for the WordPress blog, have it fully installed with an administration backend that you can log into, and it now has a default look and feel. The theme when you land on the landing page that shows you kind of a header image, a menu, and where your posts are. So this is a good place to start. This will act as a shell for our multimedia adventures throughout the course, and we will be embedding a series of different multimedia elements into the WordPress blog. Thanks.